Hi, my name is Hannah Kevitt.
And I'm Christopher James Tamayo.
I am a standby for Claire in Maybe Happy Ending.
And I am a standby for Gil and Oliver at Maybe Happy Ending.
And today we are here at the Laurie Beechman Theatre
with BroadwayWorld.
The crowded and noisy world was silent except our beating hearts. It's all those quiet parts you later can't forget. Thanks to one rainy day, the rainy day we met.
I love Claire. I love that she is determined, she is smart and funny, and she learns a lot throughout the show. And so I just love like the journey that she goes on and is open to go on too.
Yeah.
And I just think that she's that girl.
She is.
And I love her.
And for Oliver, oh my gosh, I don't know where to begin, but I think at his core is sincerity. And I think that is like the biggest thing that I admire about Oliver. And I think Claire honestly takes a lot of that too from him, like in learning how to appreciate life and appreciate love and recognize it where you would least expect it. And Oliver has kind of operated for pretty much his entire existence. Like, yes, it's his programming, but also it's kind of like the learned behavior that he received from his owner. And so he's learned to appreciate a lot of things in life on a really sincere, earnest, genuine level. And, you know, I've tried to kind of take that into my own life, just appreciating the little things, whether that's like listening to music on the subway or on a vinyl player, or just like admiring kids playing in the park, or like just a tree, you know? It's, that's what I really like about Oliver.
That's in the author's note. At the beginning of our script, there's an author's note that talks about like Maybe Happy Ending is about life's little magics and life's little joys. And I think that's what's so beautiful about the show. I think I remember a couple things from my debut as Claire, because I blacked out for a lot of the performance, but I remember like little key things. One is my bow, which felt so special because it was like so many loved ones and friends and fam and just coming to support, and it was really, really cool. Yeah. I also remember like the cheer that happened when like Claire's powered down and they were like, yeah, and I got entrance applause. That was really cool. Oh. I also remember, so we have this thing called the iris, which is like the big black thing that like changes the aspect ratio of the show. And when you're in the unit, when you're in Claire or Oliver's apartment units, it can feel like, wait, what's moving right now? Yeah. Am I moving? Is the unit moving? Is the iris moving? And I put my foot down to like leave the unit, and I was like, nope, that's me moving, for sure.
Yeah, vertigo. You gotta love it. The automation is definitely
so
a perk of the job. It's both terrifying and wonderful at the same time. I think, what do I remember? I mean, when I made my Broadway debut, for this show, we were doing like an understudy rehearsal. They put in rehearsal in the afternoon of, it was like a Friday or something. And I was doing the role of Oliver for that put-in rehearsal. And then as soon as I get out of robot face, our PSM, Justin Scribner, knocks on my door and he's like, hey, so I think you're on tonight, but not in this track. So I had to switch hats to Gil Brentley. So I think just like the course of that entire day is what I remember. And then, of course, bows where Darren recognized me and like standbys and understudies at large. And it was the last thing I was expecting, but I was just in like such like joyous shock in that moment. And it's seared into my brain. Definitely core memory for sure.
So cool.
It was a rainy day. You forgot your umbrella, so you ran under mine.
I initiated this.
The rain made us feel melancholy, but also romantic, as we walked on the rainy streets in
Paris.
New York set the perfect mood on the day we met.
Unbelievable.
I know. The patter of rain and somewhere a jazz quartet.
They were playing in the rain?
They were inside.
So we were inside.
We were outside. My umbrella could handle two. I even kept your shoulder dry. And since we both were shy, we barely spoke at all.
Is this from a movie?
You wore a bright red raincoat that magic day.
No way would I choose red for a raincoat.
Your beautiful colorful red fur hat took my breath away.
And now you're just describing Santa.
The crowded and noisy streets were silent except our beating hearts. It's all those quiet parts you later can't forget. One little rainy day, the
Rainy day we met.
Your turn.
You stared at your feet, too nervous to say one word.
Well, what could I have said in that situation?
Our beautiful silence started to feel absurd.
But I did offer you the
You
umbrella.
just said it was my turn. So then, in a breathless rush, we both started talking awkwardly. So
where are
where?
you
How long have you? Why don't you go? We laughed so hard that we forgot our socks were wet.
All on a rainy day, the rainy day we met. That old-timey band, when I first held your hand, and we danced in the subway.
The buses we missed on the first night we kissed on that street in Paris.
New York!
Harry!
Yeah, New York!
Oh
The
my
moment
God!
Our game demanded a name, and love's what we called it.
The morning we tried waking up side by side and knew it was meant to be.
It seemed to me the crowded and noisy world was silent except our beating hearts. It's all those quiet parts you later can't forget. Thanks to one rainy day, the rainy day we met. Anyway, that's how